La la la. La la la. She ready. Oh, just look at her glow. She ready. Yeah, she's standing up tall and ready, confident and bold. She ready, never gonna back down. She ready. Ooh, yeah, she wearing that crown. She ready. Ooh, she ready. She walking and talking, no faking, creating.
Hola, ¿cómo están, my love muffins and enchiladas? It's Tori, the hope dealer of guided intuition, and I'm here to do your daily guidance, your daily spiritual message, your daily reflection on this beautiful Monday. So it is the second day officially of Mercury retrograde, though we have all been feeling the energy. So I just want to let you know today, my love muffins, if you don't do anything else for your lovely Tori, if you could please make sure this week, okay, and honestly, this whole Mercury retrograde, make sure that you are meditating, that you are setting some minutes, even if it's 5, even if it's 3, 10, 20. Y'all know I'm a short meditationer. I love that. I'll do me like 3, 10 minutes, but they got to be like 10 minutes. But please take that time to go within, okay? Take this week, take this Mercury retrograde to make sure that you go within and get quiet with yourself, because this Mercury retrograde is really in Pisces and Aquarius. Pisces, the zodiac that wears all 12 zodiacs on their back. Pisces are very emotional. I don't know which one that isn't. Love them. They're attracted to me, a Sagittarius, honey, but they are very emotional. And Pisces feel on a whole nother level. So I want to let you know, make sure that you guys meditate, okay? I'm not an astrologer, but I love astrology, and Spirit asked me to put out a video this week, so make sure your bell notification button is on. It is going to cover everything that Spirit is giving me. It's going to be channeled concerning Mercury retrograde, and the title that I got was Don't Fold, okay? Don't fold. These energies, if you haven't noticed, are intense, but they're intense for the better. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you are looking at, you're excited about the future. You're ready to go. You're gung ho. But I'm not gonna lull you guys down in this video with that. But look out for it, because it's called Don't Fold, your guide to surviving this Mercury retrograde, because it's very different. Okay, it's in Pisces and Aquarius. That is a weird combination to put together. So look out for that. But in the meantime, what I want you guys to know, make sure that you go inside and check in with yourself this week, okay? Put some quiet time away for you just to go within. Even if you sit in your silence, to collect your thoughts, to organize your thought, to be with yourself, to check in with your emotions, baby, because your emotions are speaking to you. Your feelings, your emotions are taking you somewhere. They are taking you somewhere, okay? They're taking you somewhere, and with it being our emotions, sometimes we can feel good and sometimes we can feel not so good. But either way, your emotions are taking you somewhere. They can feel good or not so good. However, by the way that you feel, your emotions, they're guiding you somewhere. And what Spirit wants you to really get right here in this moment, because I really feel like our emotions are being amplified today and how we feel, because that truly dictates where your life goes. Think about it. 2 different people can be in the room, or be in the car headed to the same place. We'll just say the Cheesecake Factory. The person who is feeling good is Probably excited, probably planning what they're going to pick. You know what I'm saying? Just very optimistic, ready for the taste buds to be exploded. Ready to have conversation with whoever they're meeting. They're just ready. They're excited. And guess what? Because they're in that vibration, because they're feeling that, they're going to be inviting more of that to them. Okay. Now let's look at the other person that's in the car that's not feeling so good. Oh my God. They're probably just aggravated. They had to get out of bed. Oh my God. They're going to think about, just everything that went wrong the last time they went out with friends or went to the Cheesecake Factory, how the bread was hard. You get what I'm saying? So guess what? They're going to, their experience at the Cheesecake Factory versus the one that is kind of more positive experience in the Cheesecake Factory is going to be two totally different stories. But they're going to the same place, but they're going somewhere. And this is what Spirit really wants you to wrap your mind around today. Depending on your emotions, your feelings, okay, is going to dictate how something plays out. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. We can use that same scenario with those two different people, one that's feeling good and one that's feeling not. You get what I'm saying? Let's use an example of, the car breaks down, the tire's flat. The positive person could probably be in the car like, oh my God, the tire's flat, but you know what? We'll just take it as, meant for us to stop. We weren't meant to go to that place. Maybe it was something that was, we were meant to experience right now in this moment. It could have been something, a car accident, anything could have went wrong. They'll probably find an excuse to sit down and get some work done. Like, oh, I forgot I got my book bag in the car. Since we're here, we got to wait on AAA. I might as well get started on my schoolwork. You get what I'm saying? They're going to try to find the light in the most messiest situations. They're going to search for the beauty. Now, we go to the person that is not, so accommodating, on the uppity upside. They're going to be like, oh my God, what a waste of time. Now I got to pay all this money for this car. Now this tire. Now we not going to get where we was going to go. And even though they didn't want to go anyway, now they're just going to be sitting in this funk and just completely womp, 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 and then that's going to bring more emotions and more anger and more things for them to find and look at and to critique and pick apart versus the other person who's going to find more things that they can latch onto and find the beauty in the situation. Okay. So there is something in this moment and throughout your day, whenever you're seeing this video, because it's timeless, even if you don't see it on Monday, you see it on a week later, a month later, a year later, it doesn't matter. Whenever this video finds you, that's when it's meant for you. But it's something that Spirit is asking us to take a look at, okay, and check in with our emotions. And this Mercury retrograde is really going to help us do that. Okay, because it's in Pisces and stuff. So pay attention to your thought pattern today, how your perspective of how you're looking at things and the lens that you're looking through. Because depending on what lens you're looking through is going to dictate what you get and what you see. So that's very important. So on this beautiful, mystical, magical Monday, what Spirit is wanting the beautiful soul to know that is watching this video, that to embrace the experience that you are having, no matter what it is, because in whatever you're looking at, there's beauty amongst it. There are tips, there are tricks, okay, there are tools, there are little crumbs that's being left by the divine, by the universe, by source, by your angels, your guides, okay, how to proceed forward. And no matter what you presume as contrast is the icky stuff in life that we don't like to look at, that we don't like to deal with. Spirit is asking you on this beautiful, mystical, magical Monday to embrace the contrast. And what I mean by embrace the contrast, no matter what you're looking at, no matter how, if it doesn't feel good, if you don't want to look at it, if you don't want to go there, Spirit is saying go there. Do that thing that you've been putting off. It could be, it doesn't have to be so extreme, but contrast is anything that we're trying to avoid, out of it doesn't feel good. We don't want to have to confront it. It could be fear, doubt, whatever that contrast is, whatever your heart has been asking you to take a look at, within yourself, within your life, within your relationships, within your emotions. It is so important Spirit was telling me it's so important to look at these things and face these things and take action, in any form that your intuition is telling you, because this is how you're going to move forward. You get what I'm saying? This is how you clear the path, unpacking stuff. So Spirit is saying, don't run from contrast. And what is contrast? The definition that they have of contrast is the state of being strikingly different from something else. Okay, or close to association. It says the day began cold and blistery in contrast to almost 2 weeks ago of the uninterrupted sunshine. So it's the totally opposite. And Spirit is asking us to embrace the contrast, embrace what's different, And I really feel like why people place contrast with something bad, when we just read the definition and then we reading it, guys, it didn't seem that bad to me. But guess what? It's always a known fact that we fear what we don't know. It doesn't feel good or it doesn't feel right because you're not used to doing it. And Spirit is saying right now, in this moment, in this time, you got to embrace that. If you're doing something new, you're at a new job, you're at a new position, you're an entrepreneur, you're starting some kind of new career, you're starting some kind of new ritual, you're starting some new, I want to say pattern, but some skill. You're getting used to meditating in the morning. You're getting used to expressing your feelings. You're getting used to being open. You're getting used to having boundaries. You're getting used to standing up for yourself. You're getting used to not eating all of the chocolate cake, skipping the cookies and the cake and the chips and going for the fruit. Listen, in the beginning, okay, it might not be ideal. You might fear it. It might feel foreign. It might feel like, oh my God, what the hell did I just sign up onto? I can't do this. The only reason is because you're not familiar with the contrast. And human nature, we fear what we don't know. Because the ego, for whatever reason, feels like we have to know every single detail, how it's going to have to unfold, when it's going to unfold. That's even to a relationship, sometimes we will stay in relationships that have outgrown, it's time. We've outgrown, but being that we don't want to start over, we don't want to get out there, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. We rather stay in this relationship. Or it could be the total opposite, that it's time for you to get out there. It's time for you to mingle. It's time for you to let somebody new in. But due to what probably happened in a last relationship, or the fear of letting a complete stranger or getting to know a complete stranger terrifies you, we will not put ourselves out there. You get what I'm saying? So Spirit is asking you right now in this very moment to embrace the contrast, okay? And for us to change our perspective of contrast, because even in the midst of me talking about contrast, Spirit just told me, my guy said, no, go look what contrast means. Go look at the definition. And just reading the definition of contrast. I don't know if anybody else, but when I hear people, and I'm talking about great people, talk about contrast, it's always in a negative light, like it's, oh my God. But the only reason contrast is even negative, it's because it is the total opposite of what we're familiar with. Now listen, think about this. If you have been familiar with doing drugs or drinking or, indulging in something that's not ideal for you, and then here is a greater option down there, but you've never played with that, it doesn't make that bad. That is where you want to go, right? Spirit is saying that's the same way with contrast. So what is unfolding in your life? Don't look at it like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? OMG. No, that is contrast. That is things happening for you to say, well, you know what? I don't really like the way this is going. I don't really like the way that this feels. This is just not ideal. It's like a GPS telling you made a wrong left. Like bop, bop, bop. You know, it's going to keep getting louder until you get back on route or take another way. So Spirit is saying whatever is showing up in your life, use it as clues, use it as pieces, as tools and ways to figure out what step and what to do next. Embrace the contrast. Change your perspective around that word. Okay, so that is what I got on an intuitive level for today. Now, what I want to do, Love Muffin, is go ahead and introduce our mantra of the week, okay? And our mantra of the week starts off as so. Simple, so simple, guys. It is better to give and receive. It is better to give and receive. Allow that to penetrate your heart. Allow that to penetrate your soul. Allow that to penetrate your mind. Intertwined with your thoughts. I want you to repeat this to yourself at least this week, guys. I want you to repeat this mantra 200 times throughout this week. Yes, 200 times. Repetition is the mother skill, okay? I will never forget when Louise Hay, when I was doing her You Can Heal Your Life, and she had this one saying, and she was like, say it to yourself 400 times in a day. I'm like, God damn. But think about it. You know how many thoughts run in our head over and over and over? You didn't thought about that one situation that you just know that you probably don't need to think about. You didn't thought about that about 1,000 times. You get what I'm saying? So to this week, all I'm asking is 200 through this whole week. I want you to say this to yourself 200 times, my loves. I'm telling you, the more that you say these mantras about yourself, about your life, watch what beauty unfolds. Okay, and this week, the mantra of this week is, it is better to give and receive. So when you say these words to yourself, what are you signing on to? What energy is that invoking and embodying? I would love to tell you what that is. And the first thing, when you say this to yourself, my love muffin, what you are saying is that you are saying goodbye, okay, laying to rest and burying that spirit or that mentality, that belief that you have to sacrifice yourself in order to get the things that you desire, be it love, career. No, there's no more one-sided relationships, businesships. So when you say this mantra, it is better to give and receive, you are calling in and welcoming healthy relationships of all sorts and all kinds, be it in family, be it in love, be it in your career and your finances. You are calling in situations and a vibration and people that are giving and receiving in every relationship. Every relationship, I don't care what kind of relationship it is, there has to be an equal exchange of give and take. It's not one-sided. It can't be. If it's unbalanced, it's not going to be good. It's not going to, it's not going to feed you. It's not blessed. But some way down the line, I know I was, when I was younger and littler, was taught to, self-sacrifice. You got to give up your dreams for your kids. You got to give up, my mom did. My mom was an amazing poet. I mean, guys, my mother, when I tell you she could write like nobody's business, that's where I get it from. My mama used to stay on her typewriter, typing. I have a poem that I wrote about her. It's called My Broken Hero. And I say broken because in the time that my mom raised us, my mom was on drugs. My mom, did a lot of things to make sure that we are okay. And I feel like to cope with that, she turned to drugs. Like, I can talk about it because my mama don't care. But listen, when I say my mama made sure her kids didn't go without, it didn't matter if she had to sell her body. My mama didn't play that. She sacrificed herself, a lot of her dreams, a lot of her goals, a lot of that, for her kids, because that is the only way that she knew how. She had dreams. My mom used to write so good, like they published her, her poems, like, oh my God, amazing woman. And, I don't know why we went here, but wow, okay. We sacrifice ourselves. We sacrifice, our dreams and our goals. And what Spirit is saying, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. One of the things that I'm gonna talk about it right now. With this Mercury retrograde, as soon as Mercury hit on the 16th, I could feel the old templates fall. Did anybody else feel that shift? Like, stories are falling off. Like, that don't got to be your story no more. I don't care what kind of story you came in. Listen, that don't got to be your story no more. That's not you. Period, boo. Like, it was crazy. Like, the templates fell. Like, we just shifted a whole nother paradigm. Like, I was like, okay. Damn, is this crazy? I called like 6 of my friends. Y'all feel that? I was like, is it me? No, it's real. So throughout our lives, we sacrifice ourselves by nature, because that's the way that our mothers did it, and their mothers did it, and their fathers and their grandfather, and so on and so on. But guess what? Right now, that starts with you. You're creating a new energy to pass on and give on to your children. If you got some, if you don't, the ones that's going to come, even if you're not, anybody that you're coming in contact with, you're sharing that energy. And that energy is, it is better to give and receive. Open two-way streets from here on out on relationships of all kinds and sorts. So when you say that, guys, that's what you're speaking over your life. You're breathing life back into your dreams, your desires, within yourselves, with whatever that dream and desire is, you're breathing life into that. So when you say this mantra, because it's always good to put an intent behind why you're doing what you're doing. So when you say this today and throughout this week to yourself, it is better to give and receive. You are opening whatever roads were blocked. You are literally slicing. You are breaking chains, okay? And calling in forth what is owed to you. And that is give and receive. Open reciprocation. Did I say that word right? Reciprocation. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. Now, my love Muffins, we're going to open up first, okay? Before we go ahead and look and check the energy for today, I just want to go ahead and just see what does your higher self, yourself, want you to know right now on this beautiful Monday, or whenever you are watching this video. And I just want to give a shout out to Sylvia Love Muffin. We're going to take this one. And I want to shout her out, guys, because, see, look, girl, I'm drinking mine right now. Yum, yum. But she's been drinking these. She did like her snap, and she showed like all of the different kinds she has. I'm like, yes, feed them chakras, honey. So what yourself wants you to know today, it says, I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. Oh, say that to yourself again. Say it. I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. It says, I see myself healthy, whole, and living in a world where it is safe for me to be who I am and to love others. Okay, I say world because I'm going to mess that word up, and we're not about to do that. But listen, this is what yourself wants you to know. Okay, I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, meaning nothing's just happened. Right where you are is where you're meant to be. Because in this moment, in that very moment is where you can call forth and create the life and the change that you want to see. How do you do that? By seeing yourself as is. I see myself healthy, whole, and living in a world where it is safe for me to be who I am and to love others. See? Kind of just what we talked about today, that give, that open. This is all about you and others. You get what I'm saying? And open. This is what we're about right now. This is the flow of the energy. We're calling forth and creating all kinds of relationships in every area of our life where there is an open communication, an open understanding, where I get to be me, have the experience that I desire, and the same to that person, situation, that career. It doesn't matter, because that's the law. It's balanced. That's the way it was created to be, have balance in here. And I feel like that's why we all came to this, the school of earth, to create balance within our lives, within ourselves. You know? So that's what I see right here. I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing always. Okay? Speak that over yourself, honey. So as far as what's going on right now, you know, what's the current energy of today? Okay? This card wanted to come out, and we have, I offer words of good intent. Okay? I offer a word of good intent. And then you see these butterflies down here in her heart. And as she's speaking, her, you know, the birds are carrying her words. And I feel like, listen, this is why our emotions, if you feel like it's a very emotional week, but emotions with this Mercury retrograde is different, is because this Mercury retrograde is bringing balance within our emotions. Okay, that's the first thing that it's doing. It's bringing balance to us. And how it's bringing balance to us, because with this Mercury retrograde being in Pisces, Pisces are very emotional. Okay, we're in our emotions. So this is all a part of the plan, because you got to get clear within your emotions to take the steps that you're being guided to take, you know. And it says, I offer words of good intent. So today, you know, what I see is whenever you speak from the heart, whenever you're true to your heart, you see how these butterflies are flying right here. And this is like in the heart area, transformation, you know. And I'm seeing like this blue for your truth. I offer words of good intent. Speak from your heart. Because when you speak from your heart, no matter what you are, the message you are relaying, no matter how hard it might be, when you speak from the heart, there is an element of compassion that naturally comes. It's nothing that you can do or, you know, it's just naturally there when you speak from your heart. Okay? Because I feel like there are some messages, there are some steps, there are some things that you have to do that maybe you kind of fear, and you know, it's going to create contrast because it's the total opposite of what you're used to. Spirit is just saying, I offer words of good intent. Speak from the heart. Also, with this word, okay, or with this card, it says, I offer words of good intent. We know that so as a man thinketh, so is he. We know that we are the creator of our reality. So whatever we speak, it has to come to pass. So in this moment, I feel like there's transformation due to Mercury retrograde going on in our heart area, really helping us gain clarity with our emotions, helping us purge or drop baggage, you know, really aligning with our truth. That's what it's about, 2020, period. I really feel like what Spirit is saying, I offer words of good intent. Why it's important to, you know, maybe go within and look at your thought patterns today and just realize what you're speaking over yourself. One of the things that I stopped saying, oh my God, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Like, no. When you make a mistake, oh my God, I never get it right. Like, when you say stuff like that, even though, you know, it's like, you know, we're playing, or we don't think it means anything. You know what I'm saying? But I've become lately very mindful of my words and how I play, and even the way that I talk to other people, and you know how I talk to my nieces and nephews when they're being, you know, aggy. I've just become very aware, because words carry weight, you know. And just how these birds, you know, are sending these words and sending these vibrations and sending it out to the universe. Amplify today on this beautiful Monday, or whenever you're seeing it, your words, and what Spirit is asking you right now is pay attention to the words and what you're speaking and putting out there. Because one of the things that, Trap Witch, I believe it was Trap Witch, if you guys don't follow her on Instagram, was talking about this. And When I was reading it, I was like, but I think she posted something else that somebody said. But I was like, this makes a lot of sense. Like, this is the year, like karma, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know like karma is always happening, honey. But like, that energy of karma is real potent, you know? So, Spirit is saying, I offer words of good intent, you know? When you come from the heart, when you come from the heart, you can't go wrong. Okay? Offer words of good intent no matter what, somebody else might be doing. Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about them. You just make sure that your words and what you're doing, your heart is in the right space. You know, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. That's what Spirit is really amplifying today. You know, just keep your words and keep your heart, keep it in alignment with your heart, because these birds will come back with a message, you know. And that's why I've learned, like, listen, I've learned, like, just not even to, scoop down to individuals' levels, even if I want to get there and go there sometimes and be petty. But I just always realize, you know what? No, I don't have to entertain that. I'm not going to flow on that vibration, you know? So Spirit is saying right now in this moment, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't have my glasses. I offer words of good intent. That is what Spirit is asking you to do in the moment. This is what's going on, this current energy. Our words and what we say is being, amplified, and we're being asked to look at it and pay attention. Okay. We also, supporting that, we have the what? The Queen of Wands. And I love the Queen of Wands because the Queen of Wands is a leader. The Queen of Wands is someone smart, witty, very confident, and another reason why I just adore the Queen of Wands is because she is sunshine. She is light, but also sitting right in front, not behind her, not on the side of her, on the front of her. You have the reason why the Queen of Wands is such an amazing card is because there's balance. Sun, light, and dark. You get what I'm saying? And I love it because, she has her ego, or the dark, or whatever you feel, because it's light and dark in all of us. She has that part of her, I want to say, trained. You see? And I feel like right now it's being amplified, especially embrace the contrast. Right now is a moment to tame, I want to say tame our ego, whether that's, fear of really jumping out there, fear of really being free, speaking your mind, speaking your heart, fear of going after what you want, fear knowing that you can freaking do it. In this moment, there is an energy, okay, there is a portal, there we go, to balance that, to call yourself into balance. So there might be situations or things happening that are making you like, but that's for you. That's a presenting opportunity for you to correct something or to show up and to show you just how much you have changed, just how much you have evolved. Because you remember 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months, 2 months, 2 weeks ago, I would have reacted a whole nother way. You get what I'm saying? This is why I feel like with that Mercury retrograde, Spirit is saying, don't fold. Don't fold. Okay. So let's just see. I'm going to pull a card and see what else guidance or message the Spirit have for you on this beautiful Monday. Abundance. Oh, and I love, oh my God. Look at this perspective. And I love this card of this abundance, okay? Because I know this card like the back of my hand. I always get it. So look right here. I want to show you this card. We see abundance. Okay. There's a chest with the coin with the abundance in it. Okay. So we're going to look at this first man right here. Okay. So I don't know whatever the man was doing, but his wedding ring right here went down the pipe, went down the drain. Okay. What did he naturally do? He panicked. You know what I'm saying? He just went overboard. What did he resort to? He turned back to the very thing that, drinking, crying in his sorrows. So I'm pretty sure that's his comfort zone. When something goes wrong, he probably reverts to a drink. When something goes wrong, you probably revert to that whatever is in your comfort zone. It could be alcohol, it could be food, it could be shutting down, it could be, entertaining somebody, it could be shutting people out, it could be whatever form that you resort back to when something major happens. Is like, oh my God. You get what I'm saying? Now over here, okay, over here, we have, drop this or whatever. This man over here dropped this, went back to his comfort zone, kind of pouted and cried and worried and just drunk himself into sorrows. And then you have this person over here, that was like, Now you have this person over here that was probably walking down and seeing something glistening. So this person came up with a plan. This person got the string, seen something glistening, got a string, went down there, pulled the ring out. All right. And for sale, I'm pretty sure in this car, they're saying, she found the ring. Now they don't have to move. Okay. So this is what, okay, there we go. This is what this card really embodies. It tells you it's all about your perspective. When the pressure is on, in both pictures, the pressure is on. But these two people are acting totally differently. And on his side, being that he didn't try to do anything, he lost out on the abundance. Instead of quieting down, going within, meditating, trying to strategize, trying to figure something out, he panicked. He folded. There we go. And in that result, he didn't get the abundance. He didn't get anything. Now, this person got the same shit going on. House for sale. Probably walking in the yard or whatever, seeing the glistening. Decided to get a string. Decided to be optimistic. Like, okay, you're going to put the string on it. You're not going to get it. Probably all of these thoughts trying to block them from actually getting the ring. But she did it anyway. Pushed through. And she got it. And guess what? She unlocked the abundance right here. Now she doesn't have to move. She didn't fold. So Spirit is saying, embrace the contrast. Right now on this beautiful Monday, whatever you're looking at in life, embrace it. Don't fold. It's all about how the way that you look at it, how you react. That's what counts. Let's see what else. What last message would Spirit like to say to the beautiful soul that is watching this? We got the Knight of Cups. All right. And the Nine of Wands, a prayer. This card is all about just sustaining yourself, Spirit is saying, listen, oh my God, I want to take these. Okay. So let's see. We got the Knight of Cups. We got the Nine of Wands. All right. We got the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing Spirit say right now in this very moment, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is embodying the energy about getting things done. So my loves, I went ahead and cleaned the stuff off because it was just throwing me off a little bit. So now we're going to go ahead and just give you the overall message that Spirit has to say. So I kind of already talked about the Eight of Pentacles. We're going to go deeper, but we know that I love to see this at the end, okay? Because what Spirit is saying right now in this moment, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is all about getting things done. It's an action card. It's letting you know that the way to succeed or success is to take action, okay? Eight of Pentacles. You see this person on the phone, working, writing, getting it done in her zone, okay? I want to talk about this Nine of Wands, and I actually want to read it right from the book because I love the meaning and how they word the Nine of Wands. So you see this person with the prayer in the prayer hands. And also this red is standing out to me dealing with the root chakra, our stability, okay, our foundation. That could be work, family, love, relationships. Something like that is being amplified right now on this Monday. And Spirit is saying embrace the contrast. The overall message of Mercury retrograde, even though I haven't recorded the video yet, I want to tell you is to don't fold, okay? So it says, as the flames burn higher and brighter, okay, we may start to feel like we have bit off more than we can chew. It is our hope and faith in these moments that keep a state of clarity. So some situation in life where you're going, what you're desiring to have, what you're inquiring about on this beautiful Monday or whenever you're watching it, I feel like, this is why it's important to go within, like I said, and meditate, because there's some kind of situation that maybe right now you can't really, even if you can see the full potential or how amazing something can go, you don't really see like what steps that like, okay, how am I going to get there? I see it, but how am I going to get there? How is this going to become realistic? And this is why you have to go within to get this clarity, faith, and hope. That's of the spirit realm. And anytime I see wands, that's spiritual to me. I take it back to always, Jesus walking around with his staff, Moses splitting the Red Sea. When I see a staff or a wand, the magician, I see spirit realm that takes spirit to make things happen. So right now there's something that is asking you, like listen, you just got to rely on hope and faith right now. And I know those are two tricky ass words and energy, but listen, that's what it is right now. Okay. It says, try not to get wrapped up in it all. Look very carefully about which aspect or what exact actions you absolutely need to do to accomplish your goals. 8 of Pentacles. What actions? Get clear. Write it down. I had to get clear. About some things and being organized, and like I had to zone in on some things. Because I want to let you know there is so much beauty and so much things out there. You got to prepare for success. That's how you get ready for it. That's how you're good when it comes. You're not overwhelmed when opportunities and success will knock at your door. But I had to realize that I had to write everything out. I had to get out of my mind. I had to get everything, out on piece of paper. Sometimes I know like we can store it in our mind, we can store it in our phones, but what if your phone fucking breaks and it's done? No, we got to take it. We got to take it back old school. Get out a pen and paper, write things down, get some clarity, get some organization. Okay. Because the more that you get clarity, the more that you're organized and you know what step you got to take and what you got to do, that's going to bring you more peace. And guess what? When you're at peace, fear and doubt can't grip you. So even if it comes to a relationship, if you're desiring love, you got to get clear on, what it is that you want that love to feel like. What does that look like to you? What's your love language? When you think about a partner, what emotions come up? And if you have fear or doubt come up, why is fear and doubt coming up? You got to go within yourself. Another thing is, if you desire to take these leaps when it comes to your business and, being an entrepreneur, working your 9 to 5, trying to figure out how you're going to do both, you got to get clear. You have to get clear. Because I'm telling you, success desires you. But are you prepared and ready for success? And I feel like whatever's showing up in your life is preparing you and helping you get ready. You got to get clear. You have to get organized. And listen, I ain't telling y'all nothing I ain't had to tell myself. Like one of my love muffins, I was watching her story and it was this meme and they were like, listen, you done playing with yourself? Like you done self-sabotaging you? Believe it or not being organized, that's a form of self-sabotage. Because guess what? If you're not clear about what it is that you want, that means you don't have to face it. Yes, self-sabotage shows up in so many ways. Okay? Also, with this Nine of Wands, it's asking you to reevaluate, which we learned last week. You know, I talked about it on a post on Instagram. Like, you got to be okay with saying no. You know, if you only had 20 yeses to give out for the rest of your life, what would get your yes? I bet you would stop saying yes to certain people popping in your life. Yes to certain, situations, jobs, within your family, within yourself. Like, you would cut a lot of things out. And it says, are there things that you have been saying yes to because you feel obligated? Now is not the time to be attempting such positions or situations. Simplification equals sanity. Make it simple. And that's why I feel like when you write it out, you can get clarity. You can look at it and say, okay, that needs to go. That needs to stay. It's all about simplifying things right now. We don't want to make it complicated. I apologize if you hear my nephew, my godson, snoring. It's Monday. There's no school. And I always get my godson on the weekends and holidays. So you might hear him in the background. But yeah, guys, that's what's going on. This Nine of Wands. Listen, get clear, because the more that you do that, the more that you do these things, the more that you are going to flow in your Empress energy. You know, that divine feminine energy that creates. You're creating space. You're creating, so other things can come in. And also with the Empress, it's all about nurturing. Okay? Nurturing ourselves, nurturing our minds. This is how you advance forward. And listen, the Knight of Cups is all about an offer. And I don't know if you guys can see the two horses. That's masculine and feminine energy, You're being offered the opportunity when you embrace the contrast. You're being offered the opportunity to get something that you love. A message of love. What's in this cup is love. The two horses, the Two of Cups. You're being offered a cup of love. That could be in career. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I could feel like it's in a person. Career in a person. Whatever you define. You know what area we're talking about. Because the Knight of Cups, it says, ride in on your white horse. Oh, oh my God, I gotta speak. Swoon worthy crush. Like all nights, the Knight of Cups delivers a message of love. They may show up unexpectedly and charm the shit out of you. You may become intoxicated by the romantic tendencies. They have a lot of energy and are not afraid to move forward and make moves towards love. Okay? So I'm saying there's a couple of situations, a couple of scenarios. If there's a person, what you got to do. You got to embody your Empress energy. All right? That's how you create. Allow your emotions to flow. Allow your emotions to come out. Okay? But just keeping it general, no matter what comes to mind when I'm talking about this. But you're being offered a cup of love. Your heart's desires. That's what you're being offered. It's just going to require you to have hope and faith and see it through, even though if it looks impossible. Step into your Empress energy. Keep going. Keep working towards it. And guess what? You will be successful. Embrace the contrast is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so I love you, you beautiful soul. I hope that you have an amazing Monday, a mystical, magical Monday. I hope that you have invited the magic in your life. And please do not forget to look in the mirror and let yourself know how much you love you. And if you already left the mirror, turn that phone around to selfie mode and just simply say, I love you and I accept all of you. Okay? I love you guys so freaking much. Go have an amazing day, an amazing week, and I will catch you on my channel. Take care.